Hello everybody, what is up? Welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you are new. And if you are new, let's go ahead and change that. Hit that subscribe button down below and turn on that bell notification so you don't miss any of the future content from this channel. So I want to start off today's video by saying some very exciting news to y'all, which is I've officially launched my own website for my store, and I'm really excited about this. So www.planningwithascorpio.com, I'll have it on the screen right here, I'll have it in the description, is my new website. So this is my primary platform that I'm going to be using to sell all of the stickers and greeting cards, which are all packaged right behind me here so beautifully. My Etsy store will still be open. I'm not making any changes with that. I'm just going to be focusing a lot more on my own store, on my own website. But if you're looking to buy cash envelopes, those are still going to all be through Etsy. So don't worry, you can still get them. But I just want to announce that to y'all. I'm very excited. Y'all also still have a 15% off coupon code with my website, just like you do on Etsy. And it is still going to be the code YOUTUBEFAM. So I'll have that in the description for you and on the screen as well. And you can grab yourself some greeting cards, some stickers, all the good stuff. And since I showed you a lot of the new products in last week's video, I'm going to go ahead and save you from seeing that. But if you want to see some of the products, definitely click on the website, take a look at what we got, and support a small business during this time. So in today's video, I wanted to take some time and talk to y'all kind of about why I decided to make a website through Shopify and kind of what my thought process was behind running both my Shopify store and my Etsy store and kind of the pros and cons of each platform. So if you're an Etsy seller or you're somebody who's looking to get into selling content through e-commerce, maybe this will be a helpful video for you. So first, I'm just going to talk about the pros and cons of both Etsy and Shopify from my perspective, and then I'm going to tell y'all kind of why I want to put more energy into my Shopify store and kind of how my balance is going to look between the two shops. So first, let's start with the pros of Etsy. So my number one pro with Etsy is, I would say, the quick setup. You can get your shop set up in literally even under an hour if you're not going to get fancy about your banner and your about page and all of that. You can get all of your items listed and ready to go in a way that is easy for customers to see in very short amount of time. So it's really great if you're just looking for a quick platform to get your products up on. And hand in hand with that, not only is it quick to set up your page, there's a lot less management involved with Etsy. Etsy kind of handles a lot of your SEO targeting and a lot of the actual transaction between you and the customer. So if you're looking for more of a hands-off management method, Etsy is a really great platform for that. And so SEO, search engine optimization, if you're not sure what SEO means, definitely I mark as both a pro and a con with Etsy, but in a pro, it is really useful because when people are looking for especially handmade goods, they always think, oh, let me go to Etsy. So you kind of have a already coming in customer base that you're not having to target directly, who can search for a cat greeting card and find my products on Etsy without having to get them to come directly to like my website, which is going to take a little bit more active work. My last main pro with Etsy is that it is a really easy to use platform. So if you're somebody who's really not super interested in growing e-commerce and just wants a place to sell their handmade goods through an already existing platform, Etsy is really great for that because there isn't really a lot of back-end work. You know, there isn't as much customization available, which can make it a lot easier to use. So it's definitely, for ease of use, a really great platform for small business sellers, especially handmade goods sellers. And now I want to move into the cons of Etsy. So the first con of Etsy I want to talk about is just the oversaturatedness of the markets, especially if you're making goods that are pretty common in the Etsy space. So if you're making paper goods, like I'm selling stickers and cards, cash envelopes aren't as saturated yet on Etsy, but any type of paper good, you're competing with a lot of different sellers, and typically Etsy only wants to rank about one item per seller. Therefore, you're kind of even competing with yourself in search engine markets. And although Etsy has customers that are coming in and looking for products that look like yours, it isn't always that likely that they're going to find yours, especially not until you're a bigger seller on the platform. Another con with Etsy is the listing fees. Now, while Shopify obviously charges a monthly fee and some fees per transaction, Etsy's fees do really start to add up, especially if you do become a more successful seller, because you're losing that 20-cent listing fee and 5% of your purchase on every single transaction. So it's just good to think about in terms of growth. If you are trying to have a business that you want to grow to potentially be your full-time gig, it is worth looking into potentially moving off of Etsy to save yourself more money in the long run. Another con with Etsy is just kind of the rules and how their management kind of works. Now, this is obviously personal from seller to seller, but I've had some experiences with Etsy recently that at least have kind of pushed me to move forward with having both of my options open at the same time, just with things such as IP address issues. Like my mom sometimes uses my laptop to do things and she wanted to make a purchase through my shop, and it resulted in Etsy flagging my account, thinking I was making false accounts to purchase things from my store. And it's just kind of the thing of they like to kind of hold that threat of they can cancel or close your shop at any time that they desire, and just kind of that lack of control over my business really brought a lot of anxiety to me that I didn't love. So it's just something to be aware of, do your research about, make sure you really know their policies, and that if something goes wrong, you're ready to back it up to them and hopefully keep ownership of your shop. But again, it's always to Etsy management's discretion whether or not an item can be sold, or if they're going to take it down, or if it meets their community standards, or if your shop is going to stay open or closed. So it's just good to keep in mind. Again, that is really going to be a shop-to-shop basis. Some people have probably had no issues, but I've also read that there's a lot of people who have had these issues. So do your research if this could apply to you. And the last one is, again, this can be a con of any kind of e-commerce, but I feel like especially with Etsy, you're kind of stuck in this hole of following trend after trend after trend because it's what Etsy wants to be able to put in the eyes of consumers. While you want to follow trends in general just because it's going to help you get more traffic, I feel like with Etsy especially, it kind of is going to shape how your brand works. This obviously also depends on the type of market that you are in, but I feel like especially in paper goods, it's something that you really need to pay attention to. So again, all of these cons might be pros for other people. These are just cons for me. Now we're going to move into the pros of Shopify. The first pro of a Shopify store is definitely the customization and the ease of customization at that. Now, I'm going to go ahead and put on the screen while I'm talking just a little recording of me scrolling through my website so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. But they really make it easy for you to make your site look very professional and very shoppable quickly. So while I did take all these pictures, write all these descriptions, embed all of these links myself, the template itself is from Shopify and was really, really easy to import stuff into. So while it's definitely not as easy to set up as an Etsy store, in terms of a custom website, it was really, really easy to make it look this professional. The second main pro of Shopify is definitely the scalability. It is much easier to scale your business on here. It is much easier for you to actually see how customers interact with your store. You can see who's putting items into their basket and who didn't check out fully with them, and you're able to actually email them and say, hey, do you want to come finish your checkout? It's very, very easy to see all of your customers, see where in the world your traffic is from. You just get a lot more detailed analytics than you do with Etsy, which again, can be a con for some people if you're not interested in studying that, but if you're interested in scaling your business, it is much, much easier to do on a platform like Shopify than, for me at least, it was on Etsy. And the third main pro of Shopify for me that I really, really love is that you can do integrated social media shopping. So I actually can have my products listed on Planning with a Scorpio's Facebook page, which I will also have linked down below if you want to check it out. And you can actually go ahead and look through my products on there and click buy this item through the website, and it will immediately take you to that link in my website. And I'm working with my Instagram account right now to also get that approved. My Instagram is at Planning with a Scorpio, in case you didn't know, in case you're not following. But that way people will be able to look at a picture I post of my planner that has some of my planner stickers in it, and they could actually click on where I've tagged the stickers in the picture and click shop this now. And so that's really, really cool to be able to integrate that, especially for a small business, because at least the way I scale my business, I rely a lot on my social media followings to do so. So it's definitely really, really great at integrating that in easily for you. And my two cons for Shopify, again, are also just kind of preference. So they're not cons for me. Actually, I really enjoy it, but just in terms of time, it does take you more back-end work. Once your site is set up, it does kind of function on its own fairly well. You do need to put in the work for that advertising though. While with Etsy, you need to do the work to kind of be seen in their SEO. Once you kind of get that, it will kind of generate views for you in the background, whereas if you're opening your own store completely, you really need to work with Google SEO, and you really just need to use your social media platforms as much as you can to get that traffic to your site. So it can be more back-end work, and it can be more work in terms of advertising, but for me, those kind of don't weigh out the benefits, so I'm really glad that I made the jump to make this website. So overall, having both of the platforms works really great for me as my business is not super big yet. I'm able to fulfill orders both from Etsy and from Shopify, and I have plenty of time to do so. Go by what works for you and your business, your skill set, and especially your time. Make sure you have the time and that the time is worth it. Thank you so much for watching this video. I know this was a bit of a different type of video. Let me know if you want more videos kind of about my e-commerce and Shopify / Etsy store experience. If you want to see any more day in the lives of my studio, of me packing and shipping orders of my products, anything like that, I would love to make more content like that for y'all if you are interested. If you enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a thumbs up and leave me a comment down below about what your side hustle is, or if you've ever had a side hustle, what it was. What did you do or what do you do to either get some extra cash or just some extra joy in your life? What do you enjoy doing that can potentially bring you a profit or even just bring you some joy, you know? Let me know. I just want to know what y'all are up to, what you creatively are doing in your life. And again, if you are not already subscribed to this channel, let's go ahead and change that. Please consider hitting that subscribe button down below and turning on that little bell so you don't miss any of the content from this channel. That's all I got for you today. I will see y'all on Friday with a paycheck budget video. And I'll see you then. Goodbye!